Good morning, seed keepers. Good morning, dear earth. Good morning, dear sun. Good morning to the trees and the flowers everywhere. Good morning, dear beasts and the birds in the trees. Good morning to you, and good morning to me. A little seed for you to sow, a little dirt for it to grow. A little hole, a little pat, a little wish, and that is that. A little sun, a little shower, a little while, and then a flower. And this week's flower we talked about last week with, there's a helicopter going up above. It's going to get a little loud. As the violet. So last week's story was about Violet and how she worked her arms out and worked her flower head out and greeted the spring so strong and brave. And this week we just dive a little bit more into the violet, which is a wonderful plant to eat, and also it's a beautiful color, the color of purple. And this week's story, I'm going to bring you a little bit closer. It's called Puck and Pat. And they're going to go on a little adventure. Get you a little bit closer. And Pat to the rescue. Down in the dell, beyond the Ashwood Forest, is a teeny tiny birch bark cottage. Lived Puck and Pat. They were known far and wide as the apple pixies. And they were brothers because they loved everything about apples. They loved growing the tree, they loved picking the apples, they loved baking apple tarts and making apple stars to decorate their home. What they did not love, or even a smidgen like, was the old grumpy farmer John that lived down the road by the apple tree. He watched his apple trees like a hawk during harvest time. He did not like to share his apples, not one little bit. One night, Puck and Pat tiptoed over to Farmer John's orchard, hoping to pick an apple or two. Oh, so quiet they were. When sure enough, they saw the old farmer under a tree watching for the apple robbers. Puck and Pat did not think of themselves as apple robbers, only friends of the apple trees. Oh dear, what were they to do? As they pondered, Farmer John got up to stretch his legs. Oh, stretched. I've been sitting here for so long. He was tired from staying up all night guarding his apples. He took a few steps, but in the dark of the night, he did not see a stone sticking up on the path, and he tripped, and he fell, and he rolled, and rolled, and rolled down, 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 down the hill by the orchard. Eek! Oh, ouch! Ah! Ooh! Bam! Ow! Ah! Help! He cried. He surely had hurt himself. Puck and Pat, being such kind pixies, they ran as fast as they could over to where Farmer John was. Farmer John looked at them through his teary eyes in the dark of the night and roared, "Oh no, you are the apple robbers!" He then started to wave his arms up and down and all around, shouting at them, "You're my robbers! I don't need your help! Go away!" But he could not stand up by himself. He had hurt his ankle oh so badly when he fell down that hill. So Puck and Pat, they took a few steps back, thinking of just running away, being called a robber. And he realized that he was kind of being a little cranky. But they looked at each other and they said, "Dear Farmer John, we are only here to help you. No one will hear your calls or see you down at the bottom of this hill. You need us and might want us to try to be thankful that we are here." The old grumpy farmer then saw clearly just how much he needed them. And he needed their help, and he realized how very cranky he had been with them. Now, little pixies, please don't leave me here alone. I see now how unfriendly I was, and I do thank you for being so willing to help me. My ankle is hurting so bad, and I just really think I can't walk, he said. Puck and Pat, they knew exactly what to do. Farmer John was much bigger than they were, and they remembered seeing an old blue wheelbarrow by the apple tree. So they got the wheelbarrow, and they put him in it. "We will be right back." And between the two of them, they managed to push the wheelbarrow down the hill all the way to Farmer John and to place him in the wheelbarrow. And the little pixies, they pushed and they heaved, and they pushed and they heaved, and they pushed and they heaved, all to get Farmer John all the way back up. It was not so hard for the pixies to push the wheelbarrow with the farmer on it down the lower path below the orchard and all the way to Farmer John's house. And Puck and Pat, as they were pushing and heaving, they sang, "Away we go, hi-ho, hi-ho, we're pushing the farmer to and fro. But here we go, hi-ho, 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 here we go, up to Farmer John's house, ho-ho." By the time they reached the farmhouse, they were all good friends and they were laughing. And Farmer John's wife came out and saw, "Oh, wow, quite a show." "Huh," she said, "this is quite a sight." She helped her husband into the house. Thank you, she said. "I will make you a cup of tea for the two of you and bring an ice pack for my husband," she said. Farmer John, he looked at Puck and Pat, and as he had his foot gently cared for, he said, "I thank you with all of my heart for helping me. I have been too greedy worrying about my apples. And from this day on, I will harvest the apples from the lower parts of the tree, leaving you the topmost apples for my pixie friends." Puck and Pat smiled. They knew the apples at the top of the tree were the beautiful, most sun-kissed, juicy apples of all, and that was so kind of him. They all had tea and cake and together, and when the pixies said goodbye and started down the path, Puck said, "What a wonderful surprise tonight was." Then they laughed and ran all the way home. And they said, "Bye, Farmer John. Tomorrow we'll come back to pick your apples." The end. I hope you all have the best week, and we'll see you soon.